Today, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. Leading him out, their quarterback from the University of Nevada, it's Colin Kaepernick.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Second down, again they defer to Snell. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll go with Snell here on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Kaepernick going to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. He can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Trying to run for it with Snell. Finding room to the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
On 3rd down, Hawkins. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Trying to get it with Snell. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. Kyle Shanahan an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the 49ers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. To throw is Kaepernick. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Jalen Smith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Jaguars go on offense 1st down and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 17 carries, 101 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. CeeDee Lamb, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point try good by Gano, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Jags get to him as down he goes. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick 47. This one looks good as well. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. From midfield, here's Kaepernick. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Touchdown, 49ers. DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Crosby connects on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And now out come the Jags.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Watson on first down.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Terrell Basham. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Third and long, it's Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. A give. This is Michelle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Watson's throw caught by Tony.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
CeeDee Lamb
with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
On first down, Snell. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
On the handoff, it's Snell. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Now a give here to Snell.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trait in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and do it one way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Kaepernick. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Harmon. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. To throw, Kaepernick. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The kick by Crosby is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. He'll check this one down to Michel. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Gano now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And they really won't have much time to work with. Just 19 seconds showing on the clock.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. No gain on the play there. Second down. So we hit the halftime break. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half.
Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
To throw again on second down. Watson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Kaepernick now to throw. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Kaepernick now on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Draw play, and it's Snell. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Kaepernick. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. On 1st down, it's Watson. That's going to be caught by Judy. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll roll him out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, They are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. On 1st and 10, Watson finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Watson. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And the Niners are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now Kaepernick. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A little juke. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Off of play action, it's Watson. That is caught by Lamb. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 8 there on the play.
And that'll bring up second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about,
got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Jaguars are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Gano for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now Kaepernick. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. The Niners on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Kenneth Murray in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. On first down, Watson. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Michel, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Sony Michel, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point try good by Gano, and they open the lead up now to 25. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. On first down, Kaepernick. In trouble, and he's taken down. Brian Burns in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Steps away to his left. And the pressure gets to him again.
Kenneth Murray able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take this one down to the 36. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
That's complete to Tony.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked up by Keanu Neal. To the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now Crosby for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And that is incomplete.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Watson's throw pulled in by Lamb.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. Buying time to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Sliding out of the pocket. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
He'll drop it underneath here to Snell.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Kaepernick to throw again.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Jags, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile,